I am Melissa Obegi, President of Conduit Capital, and I'm delighted to introduce you to RuralWorks, an innovative joint venture partnership between a nonprofit community development finance institution and a private sector impact investment manager. The joint venture partners are Community Reinvestment Fund USA, or CRF, and Conduit Capital. CRF is a national nonprofit community development finance institution, or CDFI for short. Its mission is to improve lives and strengthen communities through innovative financial solutions. CRF has been working in underserved communities for over 3 decades and has built a wealth of understanding of what it takes to be effective in these communities. They have delivered over $3 billion in support to over 4,000 small businesses. Conduit Capital is a team of investment management professionals with a footprint in the US and the UK who have joined together in the belief that the private sector has a central role to play in social change. Conduit Capital builds institutional-grade, market-rate return strategies that activate private capital to achieve social and environmental impact. Conduit Capital professionals, as individuals, have been working in alternative asset investing for over 3 decades and understand how to build private capital market solutions. The Conduit Capital Network is powered by the Conduit, a members club in London that convenes a community of some 2,700 members to accelerate solutions to the challenges of our day. CRF and Conduit Capital have come together over the shared objective to catalyze investment in rural communities. Our goals are to help generate community wealth and build a more equitable and resilient rural economy. Our partnership is founded on 2 premises. First, that entrepreneurial companies can transform rural communities if they are able to scale. And second, that business success should benefit the communities in which they operate, both locally and globally. In the United States, there are 60 million people living in rural communities. Those communities have traditionally been hotbeds of entrepreneurship, yet they have been left behind in the digital economy. Rural communities face a lack of risk capital, connectivity, and opportunity when compared with urban areas. Post-pandemic, however, rural America has been undergoing systemic change. Agriculture is going digital. Rural broadband is being funded. Rural development hubs are strengthening innovation ecosystems outside the urban footprint. We have a moment in American history when investment in rural businesses can make an outsized impact to communities, states, and the well-being of our wider country by tackling persistent inequity. Our challenge was to create a platform and structure that could bring together parties with diverse capabilities and align them to deliver the knowledge, networks, and capital required to overcome the systemic issues that face rural communities. The internal legal team at CRF and Conduit Capital was involved early on, helping the partners build knowledge and trust and conceptualize the RuralWorks platform. These partners, one being a for-profit and the other being a nonprofit, had a lot to learn about each other's values, norms, and legal and business needs. The legal team helped the partners identify and resolve issues at the joint venture level, governance, conflicts of interest, and importantly, harmonizing the priorities of a nonprofit with the requirements of return-seeking investors. We spent time ensuring that the documentation embedded impact principles as part of the governance structure at both the joint venture level and at the portfolio company level. For example, ensuring that metrics like quality jobs and environmental sustainability are evaluated and monitored alongside financial outcomes. A defining element of the RuralWorks approach is collaboration. We engage with the range of local and national partners to achieve our objectives. The resources we have assembled include the partners, a management team, investors, and an advisory council who collectively bring a wealth of experience in community development, blended finance, private equity investing, business development, government engagement, entrepreneurship, and more. This collaborative approach is innovative and repeatable and has the potential to transform the way capital providers engage with underserved communities, rural and beyond. 2 key constituencies of ours include the network of CDFIs in the United States and the Farm Credit System. I'll explain a little bit about each of them. A CDFI is a financial institution that provides technical assistance and financing to economically disadvantaged communities, primarily here in the U.S., where there are over 1,300 CDFIs, but also in the UK. In the U.S., CDFIs are certified by the U.S. Treasury, which qualifies them to apply for additional funding available from a range of government programs to support their mission. The RuralWorks platform is a means to leverage CDFI know-how to extend their reach by mobilizing other capital and private equity investment talent. The two partners have each committed seed equity to catalyze investments from other investors. A portion of the profits, or carry, is to be shared with the investment team and partners as a long-term incentive aligned with achievement of both financial and impact objectives. Having a nonprofit CDFI as a partner can also facilitate philanthropic capital that would otherwise not be able to participate in a for-profit venture. The RuralWorks model is replicable by CDFIs who can use a modest amount of their balance sheet to support equity investment vehicles focused on their communities. Securing the support of the U.S. Department of Agriculture for a Rural Business Investment Company license, or RBIC, was key to unlocking support and equity capital from the Farm Credit System. The Farm Credit System is a national network of customer-owned financial institutions dedicated to robust rural economies. Since President Woodrow Wilson signed legislation in 1916 creating the Federal Land Bank System, the Farm Credit System has evolved into a network of 64 independent financial institutions. They have been supporting rural communities and agriculture with credit and financial services for over 100 years and bring a deep understanding of rural business. The law firm Ice Miller helped us successfully navigate the RBIC approval process with the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the negotiations with the Farm Credit System on their anchor commitment. Having an explicit commitment to impact objectives alongside financial return objectives is unique among RBICs and could be a model for other impact strategies supported by the Farm Credit System and its over $375 billion in assets. Our legal advisors at Perkins Coie, Stinson, and Akin Gump brought critical expertise in a number of areas: corporate, capital markets and securities law, fund formation, tax-exempt, regulatory, venture capital, and investment management. We are grateful for their many contributions and even more grateful for their partnership on this journey. In conclusion, RuralWorks is an innovative platform which harnesses capabilities of multiple parties with diverse expertise to more effectively address systemic challenges in underserved rural America. Structures like this can serve as a model for collaboration across government programs, nonprofits, and private sector capital to address a range of issues we face as a society. We are extremely proud to have been a part of its creation.